All right, all right, all right. We are live. Just a cold open for you there. How's everybody doing on this fine Saturday afternoon? Sunny and 78 degrees here in the high desert of New Mexico. How's everybody doing? I'm a mess today, but good to see you all here. Let me get into the chat and see who's here. First and foremost, have to say hi to Midnight Society, Nicole, the love of my life, the future Mrs. Stockton. Thank you for being here, sweetheart. I love you with all my heart. Let's see who we got here joining us today. Mark Longoria is here. Vixen Doe, good to see you, the channel member there. Thank you. We appreciate that. Glenn Dannison's here. I'm reading the chat over here. That's why I'm not looking into the camera. Um, Time to wake up. I like that. So glad I found Steve's new channel. I actually think the content is better here as well. It is. I'm enjoying my autonomy. I answer to no one except to God, the missing and their families, and you, my audience, and of course, Midnight Society, Nicole. She's probably right up there just below God. But thank you. I appreciate. Well, this is my new and improved channel. Doing my own thing over here. You guys let me know if you can hear me okay. I've been monkeying around with my settings here in Studio B, and gonna have something special tonight later on First Floor Audio with Lee G. If you just stick around after this stream, you'll be automatically directed over there. Okay, I'm getting some 5.5. Thank you, Lee. I appreciate that. And Lee's going to be joining us here just a little bit later. Sorry, I've got Vicks on my nose. I'm having the worst allergy season ever. This is my first one here in the high desert, and I didn't quite know what to expect. And this is what you get. What I got anyway. I moved here the end of last July, so this is my first full. Just got through May, and I think June is going to be a little bit better. But the pollen, the dust, and there's several different kinds of pollen down here. There's ragweed. It's kind of a hay fever thing. So just bear with me. It will get better. Glenn Dannison's here. Who else we got? Lulu Bell. Good evening from England. Good to see you. Uh, War Criminal 7. Hey, good to see you back. Let's see. The chat's skipping on me here. Wild oregano oil. I will try that. I'm at this point. I'm ready to try anything. Boy, it jumped on me here. Brown Dwarf, how you doing, buddy? We're gonna have you on as a guest sometime, because I know you cover some good stuff on your channel over there. Everybody, go check out Brown Dwarf. Um, One of my mods, would you drop a link to Brown Dwarf, please, to his channel? He followed up on my hiding man at Griffith Park thing. They actually went out and looked for him. Excuse me. Sip of something here. There we go. And we'll see. Yeah, but the hiding man at Griffith Park, if you haven't seen that video on this channel, go watch it. So we got 52 watching right now. Good to see everybody here. Lori Zold, first time live. Well, welcome in, Lori. Welcome home. I'm going to be doing these at least once a week. I've got another one coming up tomorrow. So live all weekend, kind of, sort of. I'll go into more detail about that here shortly. Just kind of giving everybody time to get in here. And we'll see. One man show here, so I'm pushing all the buttons and working all the knobs, and just bear with me. And let's see. Hope everybody had a good Memorial Day weekend last weekend. Sorry, I'm having wardrobe malfunction here with my nose. Jacqueline, good to see you. Callie Snyder, haven't seen you in a hot minute, buddy. All the way from Hawaii. Hope you're doing good. Seems like I saw some other new people in here. Tina Gunter, Portland, Oregon. Oh, good to have you here. I just moved from that area. I lived in Portland for about 10 years and then moved out to the country in St. Helens, Oregon. But sometimes I miss Portland, sometimes I don't. I miss Daily Grind, a 24-hour coffee shop. I miss Powell's City of Books. I don't miss all that mess that started going on downtown. Second Avenue Records, that's one of the best actual record stores left in existence. If you're in the Portland area, check out Second Avenue Records. And Powell's City of Books, one of my favorite places in the entire world. It's takes up, I think, what is it, a couple of city blocks or something like that. Several stories, have over 1 million books on the shelves. It's a sight to behold. The world's largest independent bookstore. They have author signings. They have a coffee shop in there. I'd go and get lost, and I loved it because if you're in there browsing, you could take a big stack of books and go sit in the coffee shop. I'd get an espresso and sit there and read all day, just hanging out. But there's some good things about Portland. It was a lot different Portland when I first moved there than it was when I left. But sadly, I don't know that it'll ever be the same. Take a couple generations maybe to build back like it was, because they had that whole keep Portland weird, and it went beyond that. It wasn't weird in a good way anymore. Oh, so you're about 10 miles south. I lived in the Selwood neighborhood, if you know where that is, right on the river, inner southeast Portland. So I had to take a train to get to Powell's, but used to love the public transit there. TriMet had the commuter trains and the bus service, the streetcars downtown. It can be a good place, or like I said, it used to be. Let's see who else we got here. And I just nothing in particular tonight that I wanted to talk about. I just wanted to come on and see everybody and touch base, and just I like talking to people. And I'll tell you about some of the stuff Nicole and I have planned. Midnight Society there in the chat, make her feel welcome. That's the future Ms. Stockton right there. Who else we got? Catherine Collier. Good to see you here with us. You only discovered this channel a few days ago, a little bit. Well, welcome. So a lot of people followed me over from that. I like to say this is my new and improved channel, so maybe they followed me over from the old lousy channel. But but anyway, welcome home. This is all me over here. I take full responsibility, but I'm blessed, to be able to do what I do. I love each and every one of you for being here with me. And it looks like Deborah McDonald donated 5 memberships. Thank you, Deborah. Let's see who else we got. Eric, is that Bison? Hope I said it right. I'm still going through the chat here. Stephanie O'Connell, how you doing? Natural Immunity. Hey, I like that name. Rio Grande River, northern New Mexico. I'm in the high desert area of New Mexico. I'm just about 20 minutes from the Colorado border, and that's a beautiful drive up through there, and it's amazing. But when you go across the state line, you can tell. I mean, it's like flipping a switch. Number one, the roads are very different, but the desert. I mean, you've got the desert, you've got the mesas, you've got the washes, and everything. And then the minute you hit that state line in Colorado, there's suddenly all these trees. It's like these trees grew right up to the state line. Like, nope, we're not going over there. But that's a beautiful drive up to Durango. I've been up there a couple of times. Been as far up as Silverton. Now I didn't get to ride the train. There's a steam locomotive that runs from Durango to Silverton. I may or may not get to do that because I've got plans in the future. I'll just leave it at that for now. But I went up there. There was somebody that had gone missing from a campground up there just above Silverton. I can't remember, Molas Pass. And it was up above 10,000 feet. And I've been a flatlander for a long time. I grew up in East Tennessee. Elevation is not too high there. I lived in Florida for a few years. Again, you're right at sea level. And then I went from there to Las Vegas, Nevada, lived in the Mojave Desert. And yeah, you're sea level there. And then went from there to the Pacific Northwest, Portland, Oregon, and different places. I lived in that area. I lived anywhere from 6 to 36 feet, I think, above sea level. And then last summer, I came out here to Farmington, and I think the elevation here is 5,000. Somebody can Google it for me. 5,600 and say 5,600. It's more than a mile. 5,280 feet is a mile. It's higher than that. So Denver, the mile high city, ain't got nothing on Farmington. But I took some getting used to being at even this level. I had some wasn't really altitude sickness, but it was just an adjustment. 5,395. Okay. So it is higher than a mile here. But when I went up on Molas Pass to cover that uh, trail runner that had gone missing there from a campground, it was above 10,000 feet. And to my knowledge, that's the first time I've ever been that high, excuse me, other than in an airplane. And I had some difficulty with it. Uh, I couldn't breathe. I was getting like tunnel vision. It felt like a heavy weight on my chest. And Sandy, the writer for the channel, we traveled up there to cover that. I was going to shoot the intro and outro on location. And I'm like, Sandy, there's something wrong with me. And she said, oh, it's just the altitude. And she said, there's a place down in Silverton. There's an outfitter down there where you can get some canned oxygen. And she said, it's right there down on Main Street. And I just broke into Bob Seger. I was like, down on Main Street. And everything was funny. That was the other thing. And I think if that's the Rocky Mountain High that they talk about, I always thought, John Denver was talking about something else. But it's the altitude, I think, because it made me just silly as all get out. But I got down there, got some oxygen. I came back up to Molas Pass, and that's on the $1 Million Highway. And the reason they call it that is the locals say that during the wintertime, you couldn't pay us $1 million to drive on that. And Sandy has a lead foot, and we were in her little Mustang convertible. It's a GT 5.0, something or other, I don't know, fast. And there's a lot of S turns, hairpins, switchbacks, and some of those places, there's no guardrail. I mean, if you go off, you go off. It'll be a spectacular wreck. And in the wintertime, I imagine they wouldn't find you until spring. So, I had some anxiety up there, but got the canned oxygen, got back up to the campground where the sign was there by the trailhead, and I hit a couple of hits of pure oxygen or almost pure oxygen. Steve Stockton here with you, Molas Pass on location. And I don't remember what the gentleman's name was that were covering. And then I'd literally have to say a line and then take some more oxygen, and then I had to edit all that out later. But I was happy to get down off there just because of the altitude. But it'll mess with you if you're not used to it, that's for sure, until you can acclimate to it. But I've had a good time out here in the desert. Close to here where I live, close to Aztec crash site. If you know anything about UFOs, if you like stargazing, the International Dark Sky Park at Chaco Canyon is a short ways away. What else? Roswell, Taos. It's an amazing state, the land of enchantment, indeed. But I'm headed for somewhere else pretty soon. I'll let you know about that. Hey, there's Cisco. How you doing? Now, who's the old rattlesnake? Good to see you here. Everybody watching there, be sure and hit that like button. I think I've missed a bunch of people in the chat because it's scrolling by faster than I can keep up with it. Tuesday, FA Tuesday. Only discovered a few weeks ago, but this man is awesome. You talking about me? Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I love what I do, and I hope it shows. I have a passion for the missing people. It's an anointing. This is something that's been laid on my heart. I want to be a voice for those that have no voice, to boost the signal, keep their names and their faces out there. The search and rescue, they give up after so long. But the family, they never give up in a case like that. And I like to like I said, keep the face, keep the name out there. You have people that, anytime a parent outlives a child, that's a tragic thing, no matter how old they are. I mean, an adult child. But imagine not even being able to properly grieve to begin that process. Are they still alive? Are they deceased? Are they lost? Were they abducted? Were they trafficked? So many things that can happen and go wrong. Are they hungry? Are they cold? Are they trapped somewhere? Or are they just, are there remains out there somewhere? And that's just so sad. And that's, if I've always said, That's if I have a mission statement. It's if I can bring one person home or give one family closure, then I'm doing what I'm meant to do. I mean, can you imagine that to have a loved one? It could be a father, mother, daughter, sister, brother, aunt, uncle, niece, cousin. I don't think any one missing person is more important than any other missing person. And that's my criteria for this channel for the missing person piece of it is they're missing and they're a person, and that's all you need right there. But imagine not having a grave that you can go and grieve at, or not having the remains, the ashes in an urn in a spot of honor on the mantle or in a place in the home. That's got to be just heart rending and heart wrenching. So that's why I'm here. That's why I do what I do. Like I said, that's been what's laid on my heart. But also, we get into the woo woo side of it. There is a supernatural element to a lot of these cases. That's kind of hard to believe, I think, but some of it just it's inexplicable. There's no rational explanation for some of these disappearances because people don't just go missing and with no trace ever, but yet it happens. See, let me take a break here. I digress here. Sandy Sizemore, good to see you. I know you comment a lot. Shima L. Uh, Orphan Annie, hello East Tennessee. Go Big Orange. Go Vols. How you doing? See if there's anybody else I've missed here. Hillbilly Scholar, good to see you. Thank you for being a channel member. Those channel memberships are open. If you support what I'm doing here, that's a great way to do it. I mean, you support me just by being here. But if you want to support me a little more, consider becoming a channel member. There's 3 different tiers there. And that highest tier, you get one of the perks is you get a personal phone call from me once a month. Vixen Doe and Be Kind. I don't know if Be Kind is here, but I owe you a phone call. Vixen, I got your info there that you emailed to me. I'll be contacting you shortly to set up a time for a talk. But if you'd like to talk to Steve one-on-one, yeah, just become a member. I'll call you once a month for a little while. We'll just chat just like this, but it'll just be me and you on the phone. Or if you want, I could even set up a private stream and do it that way. I've had people I've sang happy birthday to some little girl and things like that before. Nicole, Midnight Society, when it was her grandmother's birthday, I wished her a happy birthday. And just, I like talking, uh, I don't even know what to say. I like connecting with people that way. So I'm a loner. I was always a misfit. I never fit in, an outsider, even among the outsiders. And then I finally found something that I'm good at, something that I enjoy here. And y'all make it nice for me. Thank you for allowing me to do what I do. Otherwise, I'd be sitting here talking to Mulder and Nicole and myself. So, Dale Fawcett, how you doing? Good to see you. But now he's a good singer. That was what I was going to tell you. Immediately after this, excuse me just a moment. Let me clear my throat. I'm going to mute my mic here. Dang old allergies. I've had that all my life. Ear, nose, and throat. Ear, nose, and throat. Ear, nose, and throat. I don't catch colds. I don't get the flu. I didn't get that thing that was going around the past couple of years. I was directly exposed to it. I mean, had dinner with people and rode in the car with people that had it. I didn't get it. So natural immunity, I kind of get what you're talking about there. I have RH negative blood. I think that has a lot to do with it. So you got the green eyes and the RH negative blood. I'm not from this planet. I'm just visiting. I got the alien blood. B negative, second rarest blood type. Let's see who else we got here. Bigfoot Michigan Rob. Hey buddy, how you doing? Good to see you. There's some stuff on this channel here that VMR wrote. Check out his channel. Amy Ritter, thank you. I appreciate that. Chipmunk on Wheels, ASMR, good to see you. Lake Superior Girl 17. Now we're just getting started here. Kyrie, I think I said hi to you. Darth Gutierrez. Yeah, just check it out. Join the channel. I'll be happy to give you a call and spend some personal time with you over the phone. Steph, I think I said hi to you. Mind of Monsters, how you doing? Uh, Tuesday, let me. I was going to highlight that comment, and put it up. And then again, this is a one man operation. I'm producing my own streams right now, and but that's okay. As she says, you mentioned the supernatural element. I have a theory about what Bigfoot really is. I believe it's the short faced bear, which is an ice age animal that is supposedly extinct. I don't discount anything at this point. Uh, who knows? They discover new species all the time. For people that think we've discovered everything that there is to be discovered, I have two words for you: Mariana Trench. If you've ever read about that, it's like literally the deepest place the ocean is in the world, over 36,000 feet deep. 36,000. The next time you fly from one place to the other, you fly at around 30 to 40,000 feet. Well, if you're sitting up there cruising at 30,000 feet, look down at where the earth is below you and then think there's a place in the ocean that's that deep or deeper. We don't know what's down there. Maybe Cthulhu. If you're a Lovecraft fan, who knows? I think there's all kinds of things we haven't discovered yet, and I think that's very selfish of us to think that we've discovered everything there is to discover. You think about that. There was a time, the early 1900s, when they didn't even believe the great apes existed. They thought that was a myth. So it could be anything. It could be a short-faced bear. It could be some sort of hybrid creature that we're not aware of. Like I said, I don't rule anything out. I've had some experiences. I've had plenty of things happen to me that I can't explain. Um, Denny Poole. I'll get my writer on that, Deborah. Thank you. Tracy Scoob, Birmingham, UK in the house. Good to see you here. I'm just trying to go back through. Basil T. Well, thank you. God, you touched my heart. And God bless you as well. And indeed, God did. God doesn't make mistakes. God doesn't roll dice. And I was telling Nicole the other day that uh, God took a chunk of old Tennessee red clay mud. Um, Orphan Annie knows what I'm talking about. You got that red clay mud in Tennessee and a lot of other places in the South. Well, God took a hunk of that and breathed life into it and gave me the heart of a romantic, the mind of a dreamer, and the soul of a poet and a writer, and put that in that old mud, turned all my emotions up full blast, and then sent me to where I needed to go. And I was born out of a union of superstition and science. My dad was a scientist at Oak Ridge National Laboratory. My mom was a simple country folk, hillbilly type from the Cades Cove area. And so there's me, that union, that perfect union of science and superstition. And I sprang forth bewildered. And I still am to some degree. And that's why I've never fit in. I've never understood just to be raised like that. And I had one sibling, an older brother, 17 years older than me. And so by the time I was cognizant, he was grown, or moved out, married, had his own family. So I was raised as an only. I lived in rural East Tennessee. Wasn't a big place, 26 and a half acres, but it was isolated. And had a lot of woods to play in because only 5 of that was cleared off. And the rest was woods and rocks and streams and creeks and grapevines and all manner of adventure. But being raised as an only, I wasn't only. I mean, I was alone a lot of times, and I said that in that video about where the dogs saved people. That's one of my favorite videos that I've ever done, by the way. But dogs and books were my best friends. By reading, you could escape to anywhere you wanted to go. And then with a dog, they didn't judge me. They didn't care that I wore Coke bottle lens glasses or that my mom put pomade in my hair and slicked it back, or that I was dressed in funny looking clothes from the Husky Boy section. Dogs didn't care. They were your friend. They were always there waiting on me, there to greet me with a smile and a wag of the tail. And if I had a peanut butter and jelly sandwich or something, they were really my buddies then. But those are my best friends. And like I said, I've been an outsider among the outsiders. Um, Later on in life, in high school, I hung out with the punks and the metal kids and the goth kids, and that wasn't me either. But those were the people that accepted anybody. They didn't care who you were, what your social economic background was, or anything. So that was my gang, but I didn't even fit in there. So again, an outsider amongst the outsiders, and this is what I do. I like to talk. I like to touch people with my voice. I get so many comments, people saying that, your voice helps me sleep. I have PTSD. I have fibromyalgia. I have chronic pain, uh, insomnia. I'm lifelong insomniac myself. I rarely sleep more than 2 or 3 hours a night, but I've made it work. That's where you take lemons and turn them into lemonade. I've been able to cram 2 lifetimes full of stuff into one. And Vixen Doe said it best. She said, "I sleep more efficiently than most people," and that's one way to put it. But and here we are. But thank you for being here, and God bless Nicole, Midnight Society. She gets me. She understands me. She and I are a lot alike. She's the missing piece to my puzzle that I've always looked for, and it's amazing the similarity. She's like the female version of me, but a whole lot prettier and considerably younger too. Let's see who else we got here. See if anybody else. 80 of you watching right now. Oh, there was a comment that I wanted to read there. Megan Leonard, I hope I'm saying that right. Hey, Steve, your voice and message is a sound that feels like home. Thank you for doing this. I don't know what else to do. I mean, this is what I do. And then thank you and welcome home. And I'm glad that you feel that way. Now, if you'd like to listen to something other than the missing people stuff, or in addition to that, Nicole and I have a channel together called Insomniac Radio Theater. And I've got a lot of BBC audio, LibriVox audio, things like that over there. Stuff that you can listen to, just relax and chill out. We've got some fun stuff too. We've got Lava Lamp Lounge, which is a 4-hour loop of a lava lamp with pleasing tones at 432 kilohertz, which is the body's natural frequency. And it does relax, and you don't even understand why. I've got I can't, Nicole, do you remember how long that Kevin MacLeod video is? But Kevin MacLeod Night Music, one of my favorite background tracks to use here from the YouTube audio library. I've got a loop of that. It's a hang drum or a hand drum, and it's looped with just some swirling lights there. Very, very relaxing. I've got a stream over there that's 8 hours of rain out in the woods, and you can hear dogs barking off in the background and stuff. That one puts me to sleep every time. Excuse me, losing my voice here, so I may have to pace myself a little bit because I want to go up to the time that before Lee's show started. Lee's going to come in and say hi to everybody here for a few minutes. 79 of you watching, thank you for being here. But, Sherry Shambly, I hope I'm saying that right. That's almost a tongue twister. But I'm glad that you found the new channel too. Welcome home. Welcome to my new and improved channel. Lots of great original content coming this way. And also on Insomniac Radio Theater, if you just enjoy the sound of my voice, God help you. I've got a new series I've started called Rain Stories, and it's just what it sounds like. It's me reading stories with rain in the background. It's total theater of the mind. When it starts, you hear somebody like walking up to a cabin in the rain, knocking on the door. I open the door. I invite you in. Have a seat by the fire. I was just reading out of this book here. Storyteller's Pack. Frank R. Stockton, reader. Frank R. Stockton was my great uncle. He was a contemporary of Mark Twain and a fiction writer. And around the turn of the last century, he wrote a lot of fairy tales and kids stories and stuff. But he's written so many good stories. There's old Uncle Frank. He was Can't see much resemblance there, but I love his works. And on that video over there, um, I read 4 of his stories in the first series. It's about an hour and a half, hour and 45 minutes. The Lady and the Tiger, you may be, or I'm sorry, The Lady or the Tiger, you may be familiar with that one. We studied that in high school, and I like perked up and I said, "That's my great great uncle." And you know how kids are, no, it's not. So I brought a signed copy of one of his books in and said, "See, that is too." It's got the Lady of the Tiger. It's got a piece of red calico or a red piece of calico, which is a hilarious little story. The Thing That Glistened, and A Tale of Negative Gravity. So if you'd like to spend a couple of hours sitting by the fire in out of the rain and having me read a story to you, go over to Insomniac Radio Theater and check out what we're doing over there. One of you mods, would you drop a link to that channel, please? Or I've got a link tree. Let me see if I can get a link of that here. I can't see the chat right now. So let me load it up here. And what a link tree is, it has everything that I'm doing. It's got links to all my different channels that I'm working on here. I'll drop it in the chat there. And if you can subscribe to that, if you want to, it's free. It doesn't cost anything to subscribe. And then if you subscribe every time I update or add something, it lets you know. It's got the link to the podcast version of this channel, which is on Spreaker, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, all the big podcast places. So go check that out if you just want to hear the audio. There's no music on any of those over there. There's a link to mine Nicole's Etsy shop. It's called 13 Past Midnight Society. See what we did there, 13 Past Midnight, which is my paranormal channel, at Midnight Society. It's a commingling of the two, just like we are. But if you're looking for signed copies of any of my books, you can get them over there. I got set up here, I got a label printer and everything. I feel like I'm uptown. I've shipped out a lot of books, and I appreciate each and every one of you that buy those signed copies. They're just about the same price you would pay for a paperback on Amazon, but I will sign it and ship it to you. Let me put this book back over here. All right. Didn't want to drop it on the floor. Yeah, my grandmother, Fanny Josephine Stockton, she had, I think, all of his books signed first editions. And when she passed away in 1969, some of my rotten cousins got there first, and those books disappeared. I would love to have them. They would be a treasure to me, but who knows? They probably just threw them away or gave them away, or I don't even want to think about it. But if you'd like to hear me reading Great Uncle Frank's stories, head on over there. Let's see. We got anybody else come in here? And again, this is just an impromptu, off the cuff, just a little chill and chat. Something to do on a Saturday afternoon. 80 of you watching right now. Been going for about 33 minutes here so far. And if I've missed anybody in the chat, it wasn't intentional. And yes, indeed, thank you, Nicole, for pointing that out. War Criminal 7, thank you again for your service. Sir, I hope you had a good Memorial Day. I have no idea how to salute, but I salute you. Let's see, who else have we got here? I'm so far behind in the chat. Just bear with me. We're not in any hurry, are we? Other than we got to be there in time for Lee's premiere, or his live show. And that's the other thing. If you join me over there, got something special for you. Let me go ahead and put it up here. Well, I had it in the back of StreamYard, but I don't see it. Give me just a moment here to find it. One person show. I had it loaded in StreamYard, but I think I closed that one. I had to reschedule the stream because of a mix-up between StreamYard software and the YouTube software. Ended up there was 2 streams listed. I ended up just deleting them both and rescheduling this one. So different link, same great content. Give me just a minute here. There we go. That's the one I want. Okay, let me load this up here. I was loading that up. Amy Ritter, I think I already said hi to you. Thank you for letting me be your favorite. I'm so far behind. Charinator, how you doing? Stephen Hughes, my good friend from Scotland. He will be joining me over on First Floor Audio. Uh, we are the even Stevens when we're both over there, and we on screen with Lee, and we have a good time and uh, cut up and just enjoy ourselves. Natural Immunity, yes, I've written 5 books, and thanks to you guys, they've all been Amazon bestsellers. Normally, I have copies here that I can hold up and show you, but I've got them all across the way there. If I get up to take a break here in a minute, I'll bring them back and show you. But if you go to my Etsy shop, you can get them for just a little bit more than you pay on Amazon, and I'll sign them and inscribe them however you want them, as long as it's not an IOU or adding you to my will or something. Everything goes to Nicole anyway. Um, there we go. Um, and once again, Deborah McDonald, thank you for that super chat there. We really appreciate that, and it just helps further what I'm doing here. I say we. Right now, it's just me. Nicole's got my back, but she's shy. She's not ready to be on camera yet. I used to say the same thing when I first started on YouTube. I swore I will never show my face on YouTube, and look at me now. Um, can't get me away from it. I see camera. Hey, what's going on here? Let me on camera. But no, I just like I said, I've found something uh, that I'm good at. Basically, I'm unemployable. I never was a fit for the corporate world. I was just too much of a rebel and a loner, like Pee Wee Herman. But it wasn't a good fit for me. Um, yeah, if you'll follow that link tree there, Natural Immunity, there's a link in there to my Etsy shop, and you can pick whatever books you want. You can even get free shipping there. And yeah, even Stevens and oddly, Lee G, First Floor Audio. When this stream finishes up, you're going to be automagically redirected over there. So just hang out. And I've got, well, I'm having technical difficulties here. Let me try to load this again. I had it loaded and StreamYard dumped it out. So let's try it one more time here. But yeah, the link to all the other channels, the Etsy shop, we've got merchandise for here, such as it is. This is still a work in progress, folks. I only started this channel a few weeks ago, and already 81.1 thousand of you have followed me. Over 81,000 of you have followed me over here, and are just getting behind me with what I'm doing here, and that makes it so nice. All these people that are channel members, their names are in green unless they have a wrench and they have the little tiny ATM logo. Okay, that's not the thumbnail that I was looking for. I'll load it up here in a minute, but see if I've got it here anywhere. It's probably in Facebook because I sent it to Nicole earlier. See if I can find it here. Sorry for the dead air here. I'm trying to. Let me go. Well, you saw it on the community channel here. Let me see if I can go grab it from over there, or the community tab here on the channel. But over on Lee's show tonight, at some point, I'm gonna cover a Tom Waits song. Do we have any Tom Waits track? Let me qualify that. Do you have any Tom Waits fans in the audience? I like Tom a lot, and it'd be fun to do something from Tom that I think you're gonna like. Plus, Lee is gonna sing his smash hit. I mean, a smash hit called "Love Online," and inspired by our own Catheta Cat Gray. And speaking of, where is Catheta? Has anybody seen Catheta Cat Gray? I haven't seen her tonight. I don't. She didn't know that I was going live. Now she will be over on Lee's show. She does stuff here for the channel as far as the promotion and social media and stuff. And she's just a funny, wonderful person. Excuse me. My voice is going to give out. I'm doing the best I can here. This is it right here. Get that loaded up here. Here we go. I'm just going to overlay this here. There we go. Tonight, live, right after this show. First Floor Audio with Lee. He's a multi-instrument. How do you say that, Lee? He can play a lot of music. He taught himself everything he knows. He has perfect pitch. He writes a lot of songs, and he does. He'll be covering some of your most favorite artists plus some original material. And when he does those covers, it's not a karaoke track. He has rebuilt that track from scratch and made his own so it fits in with his octave range and things. But yeah, he'll be singing his smash hit, Love Online, and I'm going to do a Tom Waits cover. So if you'd like to come over and watch my debut, join us after this show. And I'll tell you what, if we can get 100 people over there watching me make a fool of myself, I'll give away some books. How's that? That's a good trade, huh? or is it? But come on over and have a good time. Let's see. How far are we into the stream here? Been going 42 minutes. I've got about an hour and a half to fill here. But again, hey, there's Aunt Edna. How are you, Aunt Edna? I don't know if you can see this or not. Let me go ahead and take that graphic down. But you can look for that online, First Floor Audio, or just stay here in the chat. You'll automatically be directed. Multi-instrumentalist. I was getting there. I can't say it. I'm tongue-tied. We've got about 45 minutes left. I'll talk a little bit more. Then I'm going to go ahead and introduce Lee to you. He's also my musical director. I've got a show coming up here on Wednesdays, a live show. It's going to be Coffee with Steve. We're going to come on. It's like a little talk show format, and I'll be here as long as it takes me to drink a cup of coffee and chat with you people. And he's going to be, say, the Paul Schaefer to my David Letterman. I think you guys are going to like it. But over on First Floor Audio tonight, that's his show, and he's letting me share just a little bit of that spotlight to do a Tom Waits track for you. And I think you're going to like it. I've got it thought through and set up really well. Who else we got here? I was talking about Aunt Edna. She's one of my biggest supporters and favorite people. Let me find a message from her here. I saw one in the chat. Oh, there we go. Somebody put it up there for me. Did I do that myself accidentally? Or Lee, are you working the controls? There we go. But if you can see your t-shirt down, why is it flashing like that? Maybe I did that. If you can look at her t-shirt there, it says Steve Stockton is my spirit animal. I love that. And she was having her husband take that picture. And he looks at her, he's like, now, who's this guy again? He thinks she's a member of a cult. So here you are at your cult meeting, Aunt Edna. Aunt Edna, you're my spirit animal. How about that? And she had another shirt under that with a picture of Santa Claus, because I'd been doing the Santa stream and stuff. And she starts pulling up her shirt, and her husband's like, hey, hold on here. He didn't know what she was going to do. But she had another shirt under there. But we're not a cult. We're somebody said one time we're the kinder, gentler Manson family, but that was just a joke. Actually, I said that. But we're just a bunch of like-minded people and that care about one another and respect one another. And the Stocktonites, yeah, they started calling themselves that, and I'm not gonna argue with it. If you want to call yourself a Stocktonite, then let's do it. All these people, Joyce Lee, thank you so much for the super sticker. Thank you for letting me be me. Gray Wolf Paranormal, Lindsay, she's another channel member. Uh, I assume that's Lee helping me out there on the screen. Otherwise, I've got a ghost. And actually, this house, there is some paranormal activity here. I'll talk about that sometime. There's at least three spirits here, or were. I think one of them fled. Lisa Ralph, hi there. Good to see you. How you doing? I've missed so many people tonight. Radio Vault, good to see you. AJK. Um, Frederick Schwenkhaus. That sounds like German for really fancy house, but I like that. Good to see you there. And I will keep up the great work, sir. Thank you. It's all I know how to do. And the one thing I've found that I'm good at, wandering but not lost. I like that name. Yeah, wondering. I'm going to be doing a lot more of these. I'm going to start doing at least one live stream every week because I miss coming on and talking to the people. And as soon as I get enough stuff built up, I want to do some of those 20-hour, 24-hour streams again. That was a favorite of Nicole, Midnight Society. And she wants those to come back, and I want them to come back. And even Mr. Mulder wants them to come back. The Charinator. Anybody else? Stephen is a wonderful, wonderful person. He's another one of our favorites. And when Nicole and I make it to the UK, we are gonna go visit Stephen and Lee. We're gonna drop in on Lee and his family there, Kimberly and his kids, and a great, great bunch of people. Um, let's see if there's anybody. And again, Radio Vault, Sonia Sanborn, thank you for being a channel member. Oh, well, thank you, Frederick. Molan Lab, come and take them, buddy. I got it. I got it. That's what I tell people about my microphone. Uh, People said, Steve, are you going to retire? Are you going to quit? I'm too young because I'm only in my 50s. I just look old. It's because of that insomnia. My head looks like it's worn out 2 or 3 bodies, and it probably has. And Edna, there's a place if you order a book off Etsy, there's a place in there for what inscription you want, and I'll sign anything you want. We are the Stocktonites. Thank you, Aunt Edna. That's a little embarrassing to me, but if you want to call yourselves that, there, have at it. You could be a lot worse things, I suppose. Tales Told in the Dark, Cassie. Good to see you. Cassie, I need to talk to you. I want you to write some scripts for me. I'll be in touch with you. Actually, some of that stuff you've already written, I'd like to narrate as well. But again, thanks to all the new channel members. Thank you, Deborah McDonald, for giving away channel memberships and the contribution there with the super chat. I'll have my writer, Sandy, look into that case. And oh yeah, Lee's producing for you, doing a fine job there, buddy. That's the we work together. We play well together. Lee's another one that he's one of my greatest friends, and I don't have a lot of friends. The few friends that I did have, people that I really considered my friends, they passed on. One was killed by a drunk driver. Another was ran over by a teenager driving her dad's BMW. That was Jeff Jones that I went to high school with. The guy was like a brother to me. And Marshall Lott McConaughey. He had been kind of in and out of trouble and stuff. And I worked with his mother. And she asked me, she said, if I paid you, would you be a friend to my son? I was like 20 at the time, and I think he was 16. And I'm like, no, Barbara, you don't have to pay me a dime. And he just needed somebody to talk to and somebody understand him. He was a misfit like me, and he became like my little brother, and sadly was taken from us. But Marshall, Jeff, I love you guys. But I've got some new friends. I think I'm up to 7 now. Lee is one of them. Of course, Nicole, Midnight Society, she is my absolute best friend in the world, and the other half of me, and the person that has my heart. But Lee, does anybody here listen to Belief Hole podcast? I count the Brothers Hole. That's kind of like the Brothers Grimm. Chris, Jeremy, and John, they are really good friends, and we've got some good stuff coming up. In fact, tomorrow afternoon, I'm going to have another live stream, and it's going to lead into the Belief Holes premiere of an episode with who's on there this week? None other than, let me take that comment down there so you can see that. Now that's Chris of the Brothers Hole. He's their artist over there. That's his very artistic rendering of me. He did that in Photoshop, and that's hand drawn. The My hair's darker, my beard's bushier and whiter, but there is actually a resemblance there. So tomorrow afternoon, Nicole, do you remember what time? I think eight Eastern. I think is when they're going to go live. But this is their first video interview, and they honored me and humbled me, picked me. They're huge fans of what I do. Nicole and I are huge fans of what they do. Um, excuse me. Many times their date nights were spent listening to the Belief Hole podcast. They really dig in. They reference my books and things lots of times, and it was just amazing. I mean, these guys are heroes to me. They have the absolute best podcasts as far as production values that you will ever hear, that I've ever heard. And then the subject matter, they dig into the woo, the paranormal. So I told Nicole that's my long lost twin nephew or my identical cousin or something. There is a little resemblance, but that's like I said, Chris took some artistic license, and that's supposed to be me there. But Darth Gutierrez, you're asking what day the weekly stream. It's going to be Sunday. Sunday, just a day to chill out and relax. Do it sometime in the afternoon. So for those that go to church, you can come and join me after church, and we'll be done in time for you to go back to the night service if you want to. Once again, thanks to Frederick Schwenkhaus. Love that name. And Molan Lab, that's come and take them. And people are asking me, I was getting into that story. Are you ever going to retire? And no, I'm only in my 50s. But I said, I will retire when they come and pry the microphone from my cold, dead fingers. I don't have any plans on going anywhere anytime soon for the next 20 or 30 years anyway. But hopefully. And Nicole, like I said, she's a little bit younger than I am. She's made me young again. She's brought me back a happiness that I haven't felt in a long time, if ever. And sorry, I get a little emotional here. But again, that's that thing I was telling you about. When God made me, He turned my emotions wide open. Happiness, sadness, every bit of it. But Nicole, I love you with all my heart. You're my everything. Who else we got coming in here? Davy Jones Locker, matey, how is good to see you. Aussie Sue, all the way from down under. Look at that there. Thank you so much. I'm gonna leave that slide up here for a moment. So it's a shame to see a grown man cry, but it's tears of joy, folks. Hey Scott, how you doing? Shannon C, thank you. I'm gonna go ahead and bring Lee in here for a little bit. Let me get my camera back where it's supposed to go and get that picture of me off there. Again, that's an artistic, very artistic license rendering of me from Basil, from Perth, Western Australia. Good to love you down under, folks. I've been to Australia once. I went to Sydney. I was in the Philippines for a while, and I wanted to go to Australia because it looked like it was just right there. I'm looking at Manila's here. Australia's just right there. So I get on Philippine Airlines flight to Australia and Sydney. Like I said, I knew the Opera House. I didn't know, but everybody there said, no, you should have come here or you should have went there. Maybe I'll be back someday. But I boarded the flight in Manila, and the pilot comes on and, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for flying Philippine Airlines. We'll be cruising at an altitude of 30,000 feet. Estimated touchdown time in Sydney, Australia, 8 hours, 15 minutes. Like 8 hours, holy cow. I'd already flown from, if you live down south, Orphan Annie, you probably know what I'm talking about. But if you live in the south, you have to go to Atlanta to start. So I had to fly from Knoxville to Atlanta, flew from Atlanta to Newark, New Jersey, had like a 6-hour layover there, and then flew from Newark nonstop to Hong Kong. And just the Newark to Hong Kong leg was 15 hours and I think 45, almost 16 hours. That's a long flight, let me tell you. I ate dinner. I watched a movie. I took a nap. I woke up and we still had over 8 hours of flight time left. But it was amazing. And at that time, I was still a cigarette smoker. I've never been so thankful to see a smoking lounge in an airport as I was when I saw that one in Hong Kong. Because the last one there was in Atlanta. I don't know if they still have a smoking lounge there or not. But I had a cigarette in Atlanta, flew to Newark, and didn't want to get outside the terminal there, and then flew to Hong Kong, and I was ready for a cigarette. I was having a nicotine fit, but thankfully I don't do that anymore. I still vape a little bit, mainly just the peppermint flavored 0 milligram. Just to get rid of the habit. I do put a little nicotine in there, sometimes a little chocolate, so it's like I'm smoking vaping a peppermint patty. But that's not why the voice sounds like this. That's my allergies that's causing me consternation. But again, join us here tomorrow for the regular Sunday stream, and we'll redirect over into the Belief Hole episode with me. Nicole and I were guests over there. They really rolled out the red carpet for us. She sat in the virtual audience, and I was on the screen with them. But I don't know who fangirled the hardest, me or them or Nicole. We were all 5 of us fangirling, but I had a great time. If you're not familiar with the Belief Hole, go check them out. Those guys are simply amazing. 3 brothers, the twins, Chris and Jeremy, and then their older brother, John. And they have some of the best podcast material and the most well-produced podcast. And it's like a family business for them. But okay, here, right at a half hour to Lee's show, so I'm going to go ahead and bring him on screen here. Let me get prepared. Ladies and gentlemen, meet Lee G. Lee, how you doing, buddy? I'm going to move this around so I can see you there.
Hello. How the devil are you? Are you well, sir? Jolly good.
G from First Floor Audio. He's going to favor us with a couple of tunes here. Now, he is doing custom music for this channel, original music. We use the YouTube audio library just like everybody else, but Lee is making it so I don't have to do that. And then later on, he's also going to be not only my musical director, but he's going to be my audio and video editor. He's going to free up that bottleneck so we can pump out material like there's no tomorrow. But he's got some special talents, God-given talents. He's never had a lesson in his life, but you would never know it to hear him. And one of the most amazing things he did, I've talked about that smash hit, Love Online, was inspired by Cathita Cat Gray. Cathita is one of my fans. She's followed me around. I interviewed her on 13 Past Midnight. When I started coming to Lee's channel, she came over. And one thing that he does, he will pick people's names out of the chat and make up a song about them on the spot. I mean, the guy is a savant. And so he made this one up about Cathita and just kind of liked it. It's got a hook. He added onto it, and now it's a smash hit. It's an earworm. I've woken up so many mornings with that in my head. But everything here lately is a Lee earworm. He's just got so many hits. But Lee, go ahead and give him a little sample.
If they were actual hits, though, when it actually hurt me some, some mood. It
is a smash hit, a smashing.
I don't want to get into that devil zone. You know what I mean with these people.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. I don't want that.
Lee has retained his soul, and it makes it a little harder to get noticed and stuff. But he's got the talent, the God-given talent, to do this. Let me wet my whistle here. I'm going to back out of the way and let Lee
all those lovely kind words you gave me,
and give him a little Cathita Cat Gray there. And if you got a couple more you want to play,
piano first, and then this is basically what I did. I was fumbling along. Really.
I'll be right back.
I was doing this. I was just singing her name, saying hello to her, right, in the audience. And I ended up doing, after I'd sung her a song, I've come off the stage sort of thing, and I thought, okay, there's a song in that. So I started doing this. And I'm thinking, there's something there. Yeah, I'm like, it's good. Right, but from that, in about 20 minutes, I got this.
I never believed in meeting online, thinking the impossible thing was making true connections. I was changed in an instant, in the blink of an eye, with an introduction to the most beautiful soul. I was planning to meet her in the Cedar, California. We fell in love over 5,000 miles away. I was planning to meet her in the Cedar, Cathedral. We fell in love over 5,000 miles away. Cathedral. Couldn't convince me that meeting online would ever amount to anything at all. But I was changed in an instant, in the blink of an eye, a true connection with the most beautiful soul. I was planning to meet her in the Cedar, California. We fell in love over 5,000 miles away. I was planning to meet her in the Cedar, Cathedral. We fell in love over 5,000 miles away. Cathedral. Convinced to the point of packing all I would need, and making a trip to get out on one knee. I was planning to meet her in the Cedar, Cathedral.
Yeah. I don't know where Steve's gone. He's done a runner. Left me all to it, look. Which is nice. So I'll go straight into another track that I wrote before, way before all these sort of things, all right? I might as well. Fortify my position. I'm digging in for the long haul, and I've never been good at quitting, 'cause I've always seen the positive side. I can't give my approval, just step aside and watch you destroy your life. I can only offer comfort day and night, if that's alright. Your love for life is in remission. Your tired heart feels the strain, and I've never been good at quitting, but it's hard to see the positive side. I can't give my approval, just step aside and watch you destroy your life. I can only offer comfort day and night, if that's alright. My approval, just step aside and watch you destroy your life. I can only offer comfort day and night, if that's alright. I can't give my approval, just step aside and watch you destroy your life. I can only offer comfort day and night, if that's alright. Fortify my position. I'm digging in for the long haul.
And Donna Gardner, I agree with you there. That one hits me in the feels every time. I've actually, on Lee's show, I've had to actually go off camera before because that song just. I'm gonna have to do it
It's
again.
got a very deep,
It's
it's got a
just
very deep meaning to that.
it hits you in the feels, and it just. But that's what music's supposed to do. It's supposed to move you. It's supposed to make you feel joy or feel sad or feel some
Absolutely.
emotion or pump your fist in the air and sing hell yeah. But Lee, I mean that's one of his original compositions, and I just wanted to point out on that Katina Cat Gray song, he wrote all the parts, built that from scratch, and that was
Yeah,
just he
drums,
picked
bass
somebody,
line, the
just picked
strings,
a
the
name out of
guitar
the chat.
solo,
Uh,
everything.
would
I've
you
got a
do it?
few like that, haven't I, Steve? Do
Yeah, quite a few. Would you
you
do
want
us
me
a
to sing
favor?
another
Just
one? We've got time.
pick somebody out
Sure.
of the chat and make us up one on the spot if you don't mind, and then we'll let you
I
play us
will
out
do.
of
And then
here.
what I was gonna say is I could do "Give Your Love to Me" and sing it to you.
Yeah, that one
I'll
that
ju- I'll just
his
stand and sing that one because without the context, people might. I want them to get the wrong idea. If you know what I
yeah.
mean. Yeah.
And yeah, I sing that one too with Nicole all the time. His music
There
is
you go.
such a part of our relationship, you just would not believe. And
It has, mate, isn't it? So let's pick a name, shall we?
well, we've got a volunteer there. Now, that might be a challenge for you, but I'm not even sure how she
I tell you
pronounces
who I
it.
do like doing is Tales Told in the Dark. She's got a great name, hasn't
Okay,
she,
well,
old
there
Cassie?
you go. You know, dealer's choice or player's choice there. But this is what he does,
Oh,
folks.
Lee,
Watch this.
pick me. Scenario Frankenstein. Okay, we'll have you afterwards then. I'll star you up. Hang on. Right, I'll do that in a minute, right? But Tales Told in the Dark because it's Cassie as well, so you know. The greatest, softest voice you'll ever hear on YouTube. So you've got Steve Stockton for the male voice and Cassie over there for the soft lady voice. Oh, beautiful. Just beautiful. 2 seconds. I've got an idea.
I'm just gonna step out of the way here.
You don't have to step out of the way. Just stay there, dude. This gives me someone to look like I'm singing to.
Okay, you can sing to me then.
Don't put me on my own, dude. You know how I don't like to be alone.
All right, then.
You know I don't like to be alone, baby. Oh yeah, baby. This is. Oh, Cassie, I'm glad that you're here. Oh, Cassie, it's great that you are with us here tonight. Here tonight. Tell Tony the dark. Tell Tony the dark. Tales told in the dark, told in the dark, tales told in the dark, tales told in the dark, tales told in the dark. Oh, Cassie, we're so glad that you came to this show this evening. Tales told in the dark. It's such a great name to sing when I can get the right kind of combination with the key that I'm singing. I should know. Tales told in the dark. Sounds like tales told in the dark. Tales told in the dark. Tales told in the dark. Told in the dark. Tales told in the dark. Tales told in the dark. I wanna do a higher key, but unfortunately, there's only so many I can do for you, baby. Tales told in the dark, tales told in the dark, tales told in the dark with Cassie. Tales told in the dark.
Wow, that was
There you
amazing.
go,
Sorry, I
mate.
didn't have my mic muted, but thank you, Deborah McDonald. We appreciate that. And yeah, it is a sad song, but it's supposed to be. But there's some audio issues there with StreamYard, so forgive that. It froze and it stuttered a little bit, but that's on the StreamYard end. Uh, Lee wants to do another there. We still got a few more minutes till time for his show. Hope you join us
Yeah,
over
we've got a
there.
few more minutes.
Again, I'm going to cover a Tom Waits track tonight. He's going to share the spotlight with me over there. I hope a bunch of you will come and come for me and stay for Lee because it's some good stuff over there. He's one of those people that God has put in my path to bless me, and in turn, I'm going to bless you guys with it. So. Take it away, Lee.
This is going to be a fun one, isn't it? 2 seconds. Frankenstein. Welcome to Steve Show. Whoa. Cinderella, Frankenstein. Cinderella, Frankenstein. Cinderella, Frankenstein. I believe that you were here today. And I'm sure that Steve is the same. Just look at the face that he's making. It's really, really looking like he's happy. America. Cinderella can stop.
Ladies and gentlemen, the incomparable Lee G. Never had a lesson in his life. How about that? And I'm not saying that to be facetious. But Lee, thank you for coming on. If you folks want to
No
hang
worries, man.
around, and I apologize for whatever's going on with StreamYard or YouTube there that just kind of messing it up. But don't forget to be back tomorrow. I'm not sure what time yet, but watch. There will be a stream here, and it's going to be redirected into the Belief Hole podcast premiere. But thank you for joining us. Just stay in here, stay tuned. Going to be redirected over to Lee's channel, First Floor Audio. Please like, share, subscribe over there. If we can get a good crowd going over there, I'm going to give away some books.
And I do more than just that as well, by the way.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be an amazing show tonight. Again, we're all headed over there. If you stay put here, you should be automatically redirected over there. But either way,
we always have fun anyway, don't we? Have a laugh.
We have a good time. And tonight on Lee's show, I'm going to be covering a Tom Waits track. So if you want to see Steve Stockton make a fool of himself, come on over. I'm not above it because it is. We're having a good time, and we got
it's
about
YouTube. It's not to be taken too seriously.
Yeah, it's exactly. You got about 5 minutes here, Lee. You want to favor us with something? I do need to dart off camera this time, though. I've got to visit the little boys.
If you want, mate, and then you can close. You're closing out, I take it, because obviously I've got to go over to mine and sort myself out. It's like 5-2 now.
So if you want to play us off real quick, I'll tell you what. I'll sit here until you're done, then I'll close it out, and then I'll run.
You can just close. You can just close it out. Smooth, slow it off, sort of thing. And just close it out.
Again, I apologize for the audio. That's YouTube and StreamYard beating us up there. And you'll be able to see more of Lee G with me on Wednesdays. He's my musical director for Coffee with Steve. That's going to be starting soon. And I appreciate each and every one. You see how that music just goes with my voice. He's a master. He knows what he's doing. How are you doing? Let me talk to you for a little while. Come in, sit down. Kick your feet up. Sit by the fire, coming out of the rain. Loving this. But again, ladies and gentlemen, Lee G, go over and show him some love on his channel. And we're all headed over there for even more, for several more hours of amazing music from Lee G. Thank you, Scott. There we go. Thanks again for being here, folks. We're going to go ahead and close it out here. We got a little less than a minute, but come on over to First Floor Audio. You'll be automatically redirected. Lee's going to go start up the stream over there. Just hang out here for a few minutes, few seconds, and it should take you over there. But thanks, everybody, for being here. Thanks again for all the wonderful super stickers, the super chats, the donations, the new members. I'll have the next video coming out. I'll say thank you to all the members. And again, come watch me do a Tom Waits cover if you want to. And let's show Lee some love. He's gone now. He can't hear me. But if we can get a big crowd over there to show him some love, I'll give away some books. So spread it out. Remember to like, subscribe, and share both channels. And yeah, Lee, my musical director, he's going to be joining me on Wednesdays. Tomorrow afternoon, I'll be streaming probably around 6 Eastern time. Nicole, correct me if I'm wrong here. Belief Hole Brothers podcast premieres. My episode will premiere at 8 o'clock Eastern time. And got that to look forward to. We had such a good time over there. Oh, he's telling me he can hear. All right. Well, that's what you get. So, yeah, Lee and I have a special relationship. We beat each other up all the time. 8 p.m. Eastern, join me. For my, this is the first time the Belief Hole, the Brothers Hole, have ever done a video episode like this, and they chose me to be on it. And I'm huge fans of what they do. They're big supporters of the channel, and they treated me and they treated me and Nicole like royalty. And look for more from me and Belief Hole podcast. In fact, if you're a member of their expansion club there's another hour of me over there. That's good stuff. Okay, we're just waiting for the redirect to pop in here, and I'm going to end it, but please join me over there. We'll continue the fun for several more hours on First Floor Audio with Lee G. Thanks, everybody. I love each and every one of you. Mwah. Nicole, I love you most of all, and I'll see you in just a little bit. Go ahead and take that down. Donna Gardner, welcome to being a channel member. Oh, Lee, you're more than welcome, sir. If we're not automatically redirected for whatever reason, there's a link in the chat. Tales Told in the Dark. Cassie just put it in there. Go ahead and can't pull this down. I've got myself covered up. There we go. Now, Nicole, I love you, sweetheart. I'll see you in a little bit. Thanks again, everybody, for being here. I'm not seeing the redirect. Usually it's already kicked in by now. So we're past time for Lee to start. I believe, yeah, we're 2 minutes over. So go ahead and click the link, please, and come on over. Again, thanks for being here. I'll see you back here tomorrow afternoon about 6 Eastern. So what is that, 3 in Pacific time? I can't do the time zones thing. But again, thanks, everybody. Whatever, I'm not sure why it's not redirecting. You should have been directed over there already. But please go over to First Floor Audio and watch me cover Tom Waits, among other things. Lee's going to do some awesome music over there tonight. Thanks, everybody. I'll see you over there. Sorry, I've got the hiccups. Nicole, love you, baby.